Hello. This is just a friendly reminder about company policy regarding the safe room. At no point should a customer go inside. Management has also been made aware that the spring body animatronic has been noticeably moved. So here we are, my body inside this nightmare. Don't you spend for too long in my class. It happens too fast. What happened in the past is something that one comes to feeling us. I was pressing, and there was a miss. Your eyes are falling better. Your eyes reading me. Opens out so quiet. Don't feel sound in mind. Keeping track of your craft. So let's have a step away from the ball for this brave and the best of the plan. Give me some read down all the kill in my brain. You can leave your secret sauce to live. Got me seeing so tonight. Tell me open up the feeling. Body's ready now. Bring it down. Let the lights come and conquer all your crimes and phantoms.
We interrupt your programming at the request of local authorities in your area. Stand by for a message from the emergency broadcasting system. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcasting system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Dallas Police Department and Fort Worth Police Department. At around 12 a.m. Central Daylight Time, multiple reports have come in of cases of breaking and entering in people's homes. The suspects are 2 men and 1 woman, all dressed up in look-alike suits of the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza animatronics. These individuals can be identified. The characteristics: 1 wearing the suit resembling the refurbished Freddy Fazbear animatronic, named by the Fazbear Entertainment as Toy Freddy. Another male wearing a Toy Bonnie suit. A female wearing a suit resembling Toy Chica. These individuals are holding damaged parts of the Toy Foxy animatronic, known from the employees as the Mangle. If you see these individuals, call 911 immediately. Stay in your homes at this time. If one of these individuals break into your home, you may defend yourself by all means, including lethal force. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area.
It's been too long, the bloodshed on the walls inside of me. What was I to do when we could see? There's only one suit, what else was I to shoot? Yet now I'm stuck for all eternity. So now I suffer.
We interrupt your programming at the request of local authorities in your area. Stand by for a message from the emergency broadcasting system. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcasting system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Dallas Police Department and Fort Worth Police Department. The situation has escalated. More individuals are causing chaos in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. 4 individuals are now joining the original 3 in causing mayhem. These individuals are in the withered suits of Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. It is now confirmed that these individuals are killing those whose home they break into. This is a very dangerous situation. Everyone should remain vigilant in their homes, and report the murders to the police immediately. Many 911 calls have come in with individuals calling for help, only to be found dead in their homes. The influx of 911 calls may cause the 911 number to have an outage. If this happens, call 214-671-3000. If you are closer to Fort Worth, call 817-392-4222, as the 911 number may have an outage. Lethal force is granted to anyone who's had their home broken into, as these individuals will show no mercy and slaughter you and anyone in your home.
Away from them balls to this grave and the guts of a back. Can you send me down on the cable in my brain, making me go insane for the souls to live? I have apoplectic tendencies. You tonight, turn this spotlight out to me. Everybody's letting go.
Good morning, Dallas-Fort Worth. We apologize for the interruption in regular programming, but we have breaking news story. Animatronics from Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria are roaming the area, killing multiple residents. 100 are dead, 200 are injured, and 40 are missing. These individuals are very dangerous, as they are very fast in these suits, and can hit hard with them. Even without the endoskeletons, those suits are heavy, so it boggles my mind on how they can move that fast. They have also been reported to be seen without eyes in the suits, which is fucking terrifying. Excuse my language. I don't like Toy Bonnie when he's not moving, especially with his eyes wide open, and his mouth open, so seeing him without eyes would be nightmare-inducing for me. The police are having trouble finding them, as there is no way to follow their trails, and there is no pattern. And the attacks are very frequent. All residents should stay in their homes as these guys sustain little damage from conventional weaponry. It is unknown how effective guns are against them. What's that? Who's there? Holy fuck,
We interrupt your programming at the request of local authorities in your area. Stand by for a message from the emergency broadcasting system. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcasting system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request the Dallas County Emergency Management and Tarrant County Emergency Management. This is not a test. Attacks from animatronics are becoming more rampant, and it is speculated that this either a coordinated attack to tarnish the name of Fazbear's Entertainment by hacking the animatronics, or something supernatural is occurring. Neither can be confirmed at this time. All residents receiving this broadcast should be ready to fend off attacks from the animatronics. No one should be outside at this time. It has also been reported that the mangled toy Foxy animatronic has been put together, and is roaming the streets and jumping at anyone it sees. The mangle has also been seen swiftly sneaking into homes undetected and then jumping out at residents and killing them. All residents are advised to close, lock, barricade and secure the following: doors, windows, basements, fireplaces, and other entrances to the house. If you are with others, stay in a group and be ready to defend yourself. Keep lights in your home or residence on in case the mangle sneaks in. 911 is down. The number can no longer be called for the time being. Call your local police department instead.
Leave me alone, I'm gone to the bone. The spring trap has risen, God damn, he's not alone. Leave me alone, I'm gone to the bone. The spring trap has risen, God damn, he's not alone. Leave me alone, I'm gone to the bone. The spring trap has risen, God damn, he's not alone. Leave me alone, I'm gone to the
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcasting system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Dallas County Emergency Management and the Tarrant County Emergency Management. This is not a test. Attacks from the animatronics are now causing thousands of casualties. They have moved out of the local area around Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and are now threatening the greater Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. All of Dallas-Fort Worth is under a state of martial law. No one is allowed to enter or leave Dallas-Fort Worth. Anyone caught attempting to leave will be detained and arrested. Anyone caught trying to enter will be detained and questioned. Questioning on if the Texas National Guard should step in, but it is unlikely at this time. Stay vigilant and prepare for attacks from the animatronics at any time. A description of these animatronics will be given in case anyone has forgotten. There are 8 animatronics, one named Toy Freddy, a brown bear with red rose cheeks, and a black and red hat with blue eyes, and a slightly open jaw. Another named Toy Bonnie, a light blue bunny with red rose cheeks, and lime green eyes. He is wielding a red guitar, and uses this weapon to break into homes and kill individuals. The third one is named Toy Chica. She is a yellow chicken wearing pink panties, a Let's Party bib, and an orange beak which she sometimes removes. She has blue eyes, and holds a cupcake that she throws at people's heads to kill them, or damage their skulls. The fourth is a destroyed animatronic, with one eye yellow. She has a broken jaw, and a mouthpiece sticking out of her neck, who also has a yellow eye. She has 3 feet and 1 arm. The fifth is an older version of Toy Freddy, with blue eyes, and ripped arms and legs. He has dirt on him, and wires sticking out of him. The sixth one is a purple bunny who is missing a face, with red dots in its eye places. He is also missing an arm. He is also dirty, and is ripped apart. The seventh is a yellow chicken with a broken jaw and orange beak. She is also ripped apart, and has no hands. She has purple eyes with a Let's Eat bib. She is also dirty. The eighth animatronic is a red fox who is missing an ear, with brown pants and a hook it uses to kill. Stay tuned for more information on this ever so escalating situation. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area.
This is Moments Notice Emergency Radio, brought to you by Supernova Productions. This is radio station WXH 86 serving the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. We will bring you the latest breaking news at a moment's notice. The current news is that Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and animatronics are killing residents in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area, and have caused all of Dallas-Fort Worth to go into martial law. The current death toll is 2,806. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria has closed, and will not be reopening until further notice. Many gun stores are lowering their prices, and are allowing more people inside due to the situation. The gun store business is booming due to this. The Texas National Guard has arrived, and will be taking over all aspects of local police. A squad of National Guard soldiers have been sent to houses in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area, and are told to shoot on sight if they spot an animatronic. Fazbear Entertainment is offering thousands of dollars in compensation to those affected by this situation. You are listening to WXH 86 serving the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. This station will continue to serve breaking news at a moment's notice. This is Moments Notice Emergency Radio, brought to you by Supernova Productions. This is radio station WXH 86 serving the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. We will bring you the latest breaking news at a moment's notice. The current news is that Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and animatronics are killing residents in the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area, and have caused all of Dallas-Fort Worth to go into martial law. The current death toll is 2,806. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria has closed, and will not be reopening until further notice. Many gun stores are lowering their prices, and are allowing more people inside due to the situation.
We interrupt your programming at the request of local authorities in your area. Stand by for a message from the emergency broadcasting system. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcasting system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Texas National Guard. The animatronics have disappeared. The National Guard have done sweeps of all of Dallas and Fort Worth along with the Dallas-Fort Worth metropolitan area. The threat to civilians is over. The martial law is over. You are now free to continue your daily routines. Your state authorities would like to thank you for your cooperation during this emergency. Normal programming may now resume. This message was transmitted at the request of state authorities in your area.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Dallas and Fort Worth Police Departments. This is not a test. The animatronics reported a day ago came back and have started terrorizing citizens. Due to measures taken by the civilians, break-ins are less common. Although they are not as common due to procedures by civilians, they have still been seen breaking and slaughtering everyone inside homes. This is an extremely dangerous situation. You should not be outside. Take cover now. The Texas National Guard are on their way and are expected to arrive in about 30 minutes. Gun stores' prices are at an all-time low due to this, and gun stores are running out of supplies quickly. Many have approached the police departments of Dallas and Fort Worth demanding to undergo police training. Surrounding cities have expressed support and have sent police to the cities of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Vigilantism is not advised, as you should focus on staying safe. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area.
Good morning. I am Andy Morgan, and we have a breaking news story. The Fazbear animatronics are back and have been roaming the streets killing people. These animatronics seem to be very intelligent, as they have been able to evade the National Guard. Although there is so many of them. We have a correspondent in downtown to explain the situation. Ashley, how is it down there?
Well, right now, nothing's happening. At least, not where I am. None of the animatronics are here where I am. The National Guard is in mass numbers out here. The only reason I'm allowed outside is because I showed them I'm press. I might just start to head back to the station, as I don't feel safe. Wait, Trez one of them. I'm getting out of here.
All right. I'll unlock the door when you get here. Folks, if you are still listening, please immediately seek shelter. This is very dangerous situation. In other news, tensions between the USSR and the US is starting to cool down. Gorbachev.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Texas National Guard. The animatronics have been seen leaving the Dallas-Fort Worth area and heading to other cities in the state. The borders of the Dallas-Fort Worth area have been closed. It is expected that when the animatronics get to the borders, that they will be destroyed. The Texas National Guard will be investigating the situation to determine what started this. At this time, continue to stay in your homes and protect yourselves. Do not go outside as it is very dangerous. Be prepared to face off against these animatronics. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area.
Your job means nothing when I got you running away with blood in your tears. Take a look at me. Can you see the death in my eyes all the time?
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Fort Worth Police Department. The animatronics that originated in Dallas-Fort Worth have entered the area and have begun causing casualties in the city of Fort Worth. Many casualties have been reported as most civilians were caught off guard and had no time to prepare. This is a very dangerous situation. You should immediately shelter in place in your homes or sturdy structure. You could be killed if not sheltered in place. These animatronics seem to have sustained little damage from the National Guard's efforts. These animatronics seem to possess the intelligence of an adult human, as they have been seen using grenades and propane tanks to explode buildings. They seem to only be using explosives and melee weapons. They seem to not be using firearms. It has been noted that black dry blood has been seen dripping from the suits. It is unknown if this is from the people they have killed or if this involves something else. Do not go outside. Repeat, do not go outside. Stay in your homes. Wait until 6 in the morning, as they seem to stop attacking at 6 in the morning. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Fort Worth Police Department. The animatronics has blown up a few gas stations in Fort Worth. This has caused an acid raging inferno. This may cause a wildfire to be sparked. This is a very dangerous situation. At this time, stay away from any fires in the area. Turn off all electronics and power in your home as do not worsen fires. If you see a fire near you, try to extinguish it as best as you can. If you cannot extinguish the flames, head to a different location. Do not attempt to approach or apprehend the animatronics as you may be injured or killed. Do not go outside unless you absolutely need to. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission. The fires that have been raging have still not been extinguished. The animatronics has been seen breaking into homes and killing residents. It has been rumored that the animatronics have a nuclear scattering device in their possession, also known as a dirty bomb. A dirty bomb is a small device that explodes and spreads radioactive fallout. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear reactions and materials. Prolonged exposure to fallout can result in sickness or death. Dirty bombs do not produce enough radiation to result in death or severe illness. It is unknown if they have this type of weapon in their possession. If they have the dirty bomb in their possession, it is unknown how many have. All residents in the area should remain vigilant and continue to shelter in place. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area.
Unstoppable, indestructible. They were machines ready for their final act. But 30 years have passed, the Patriots renewed the burn. Rebuilt the Nightmare. Poor fools. What the fuck have they done? We're coming for you.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Fort Worth Police Department. All clear. The animatronics that were terrorizing the cities of Dallas, Fort Worth and the city of Fort Worth are gone. A search is being conducted to find these animatronics. For once they are found, they will be taken away by the United States government to be examined and studied to determine the cause of this event. At this time, you may continue your daily routines, but be aware that the fires are still raging in the area. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area.
Good morning Dallas-Fort Worth. We are sorry for the interruption in regular programming, but we have done this for your safety. The animatronics have not been seen attacking any families or homes. It is unknown if these animatronics have dirty bombs. The National Guard is not letting anyone outside except for emergency services. We cannot send anyone outside due to this. The USNRC is looking for the dirty bombs, but it is unknown if they even have any. In weather news.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission. The animatronics have detonated around 20 dirty bombs. These have generated a considerable amount of fallout. You are required to immediately evacuate. All residents within a 20-mile radius of the city of Fort Worth need to evacuate the area. These dirty bombs have generated enough fallout to be fatal. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear reaction or materials. Prolonged exposure to fallout will result in certain death. When evacuating, grab the following: food, water, clothing, medical supplies, toiletries, blankets and pillows, and a battery-powered or hand-crank radio with extra batteries. Do not return home until 14 days after the emergency, or until civil authorities instruct you to. This has caused the fires to spread even further. This is an extremely dangerous situation. To evacuate, tie a towel to your door or mail post, and a National Guard member will evacuate you. If you are evacuating on your own, try to only take on our family. Do not worry, the animatronics will not hurt you. Evacuate now. Repeat, evacuate now. This message was transmitted at the request of federal officials in your area.
I've been trying for so long to sing you the right song, to show you something different every day, so you hear what I have to say. Lots of reasons, and now we're here at a standstill. I wonder if you feel the kind of pain that puts your insides down. That's something I know all about. Shocking, ain't it? Is it because I can be her? Made any mistakes to make me hurt? I can't fix you. Is it because I can be her? Made me awake and make me hurt? I can't fix you. I can feel my heart breaking, mistakes I've been making. I'm running out of patience to pretend. This isn't how I'll let it.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality and the Glen Rose Police Department. All residents southwest of US 67 must stop water usage immediately. Please stop flushing toilets, washing clothes, and using showers. Do not use water for drinking purposes. Only drink water from bottled sources. Do not attempt to boil the water. Discontinue any usage of water. Radiation from the dirty bombs has contaminated the water supply and sanitary systems. Radiation is in the water. Only use bottled water at this time. Radiation is material generated by nuclear reaction and materials. Prolonged exposure or consumption of radiation will result in certain death. Radiation could hide in your system for years. Do not use any water other than bottled water. This message was transmitted at the request of state officials in your area.
Fading. You've been running your last year, last grinding 9 years. How can a human lose their self-control? There's nothing left to make you whole. I'm done explaining. This is because it can be her. Made any mistakes and make me hurt. I can't fix you. Is it because I can be her? Made me awake and make me hurt. I can't fix you.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Texas National Guard and the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission. The animatronics have reached Glen Rose and have killed workers at the Common Street nuclear power plant and caused massive damage to the plant by using explosives. Reactors 2 and 6 are expected to go into total meltdown in an hour. When this happens, they may explode and cause more reactors to explode and cause an even worse than the Chernobyl meltdown of last year. All residents within a 200-mile radius of the Common Street nuclear power plant need to immediately evacuate the area. When the plant melts down, fallout will be catapulted into the air. Fallout is radioactive material generated by nuclear reactions and materials. Prolonged exposure to fallout will result in certain death. It will only take a minute after detonation for the effects of fallout to spread. Fallout can spread miles up to a minute after detonation. This is a very dangerous situation. When evacuating, get the following: food, water, clothing, medical supplies, toiletries, and a battery-powered or hand-crank radio with extra batteries. When evacuating, tie a towel to your door or mail post if you need assistance. If you are evacuating on your own terms, try to only take one car a family. Do not return home until authorities give the all-clear. Keep important documents and keep watch for the animatronics. This message was transmitted at the request of state officials in your area.
You oversaturate your world with nothing but machines. You might make everyone happy, but you're dead inside just like me. And now we're here at a standstill. I wonder if you feel the kind of pain that rips your insides out. That's something I know all about. Shocking, ain't it? We have a lot more in common than you would become with. It's like we're the same person, me and you. We both don't know what we can do. Is it because we can be her? Many mistakes to make me hurt. I can't fix you. Is it because I can't be her? Made me awake to make me hurt.
Alright, so we have some pretty weird news. The National Weather Service has stated that winds should be low enough that a non-lethal amount of radiation is supposed to go into southern Oklahoma, but higher levels of radiation are heading into the southern portion of the state. This would only be achieved by artificial creation of wind, such as windmills, but those were all shut down when the meltdown was announced. Or, it could be by people still migrating from Texas. But that would be suicidal, as radiation would kill them in a few years. It is unexplained how this radiation is spreading. And a bit startling, there had been spotty areas of radiation present in Tulsa and cities south of Tulsa. This could mean people are contaminated with the radiation from the nuclear power plant, but if they were exposed to that much radiation, they're insured to not live till next year. This is a really weird situation. The United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission is surveying areas where radiation was reported, and when radiation is detected in that area, take rating hazard is placed around the area, and signs saying radiation hazard are being placed in the general area. Please stay away from areas marked radiation hazard. That's all we have right now. Regular programming can resume at this time. Thanks for tuning into KTEW.
We interrupt our programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Tulsa Police Department. A large gas fire has occurred at a Quick Trip gas station, causing a large fire to spread and causing many houses to catch on fire and explode due to electrical appliances heating up and exploding. This is a very dangerous situation. It has also been noted that radioactive materials have been observed around the Quick Trip gas station. The last thing seen leaving the area was a golden leg. This is a very dangerous situation. Evacuate the area now and do not return until allowed by the proper authorities. The Tulsa Fire Department is on the way to extinguish the flames. Stay tuned for more information. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Tulsa County Emergency Management. The animatronics have been spotted at the southern border of Tulsa County. They have been causing massive damage to the area. It has been noted that the animatronics are stuffing victims in unused suits, causing the animatronics to come to life. This is a very dangerous situation. It has also been noted that a golden bear has been spotted teleporting in homes and killing civilians. Please seek shelter now or evacuate the county immediately. These animatronics are also using explosives. It is rumored that they still have remaining dirty bombs. It's me. It's me. It's me. It's me.
To your office, settle down and take a seat. Please pay no attention to the terrifying screams. You should hear the warnings of the voice that's on the phone. Tonight you might be by yourself, but you are not alone. The masks that we wear pretend they are there, but you can only hide for so long. Why don't you spend the night? Then you'll find there's evil that waits inside. Spend the night, then you'll find there's evil that waits inside. Spend the night, then you'll find there's evil that waits inside. Spend the night, then you'll find there's evil that waits inside.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Tulsa County Emergency Management. The animatronics are now hacking into electronics, causing multiple power outages and electronics to explode. The animatronics also have a new animatronic, known as Freddy from the former Freddy's Family Diner restaurant which was shut down 4 years ago. This animatronic can use instant teleportation and can hack into electronics and transmit subliminal messages into electronics, causing mass paranoia and psychosis, causing some to commit suicide. This is a very dangerous situation. Radio stations are also being hacked. If your TV station goes static or starts acting weird, or you believe your broadcast is glitching out, immediately turn off your device and unplug it from your wall and home so that no damage can be done. If your radio begins to static and face interference, immediately power it off and keep it away from anything that can catch fire and away from any civilians. The Tulsa County Emergency Management is working on shutting off all power grids in the area. At this time, grab a radio and stay tuned for further emergency information. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area.
There's evil that waits inside of me.
So, we found where the radiation came from. And they have a new guy. Freddy from Freddy's Family Diner is now hacking into televisions and other electronics. This is a really dangerous situation. These animatronics seem to be really smart. The Federal Emergency Management Agency has sent the military to Tulsa to hopefully repel the animatronics, but they won't be able to arrive until about a day, estimated at around 1 or in the morning tomorrow. Hopefully the military kills these guys. The Freddy animatronics is the most dangerous as them all. He can teleport into homes and hack into electronics. He can also do what the normal animatronics can, but can also hack, and is way more resistant to conventional weaponry than the other animatronics. He can also transmit subliminal messages that cause people to go insane and riot, and sometimes kill themselves. As soon as we detect something's wrong with our broadcast, we'll immediately go off the air. We'll go into commercial break to check for more information.
Beginner's luck. We came so close, but we just couldn't make you one of us.
This is Moment's Notice Emergency Radio, brought to you by Supernova Productions. This is radio station WZH 96 serving Oklahoma City and surrounding areas. We will bring you the latest breaking news at a moment's notice. The current news is that fast-bar animatronics have been seen in Tulsa. They have been blowing up gas stations and hacking electronics, causing them to explode or play subliminal messages that drive people to insanity and suicide. They have also caused an electrical power plant to explode, knocking out the power and starting a massive fire. This fire is ravaging the Tulsa area and is spreading toxic materials through the air. Around 12,000 people have died in total due to this event. The army is expected to arrive tomorrow morning at around 2 a.m. You are listening to WZH 96 serving Oklahoma City and surrounding areas. This station will continue to serve breaking news at a moment's notice. This is Moment's Notice Emergency Radio, brought to you by Supernova Productions. This is radio station WZH 96 serving Oklahoma City and surrounding areas. We will bring you the latest breaking news at a moment's notice. The current news is that fast-bar animatronics have been seen in Tulsa. They have been blowing up gas stations.
Congratulations are deserved. At 6 a.m. you win. We'll see you here tomorrow night and do it all again. The masks that we wear pretend they are there.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. The animatronics have stopped attacking and are nowhere to be seen. The Tulsa County Emergency Management is checking the entire county to make sure that they are truly gone. The military will still be arriving tomorrow just to make sure everyone is safe and law and order can be ensured. You may now exit your homes, but be wary that there is massive damage to the area and large fires are spreading. This message was transmitted at the request of federal and military authorities in your area.
There's evil that waits inside of me.
So, the animatronics aren't out right now, but they may strike at any time. I hope they don't strike until the military arrives, cause then they'll get murdered. Hold up. We're getting an EBS broadcast. We're gonna let that go through.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Tulsa Police Department. The animatronics have been spotted in Tulsa and have been attacking and doing everything they did last night. The United States military will arrive at around 2 a.m. at this time. Stay in your homes until the military arrives. Do not go outside. If an animatronic enters your home, defend yourself by any means. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area.
Okay. Now due to the EBS, we have confirmation that the animatronics have been seen. We'll now start coverage of the situation. According to CCTV footage from street lights, the street seemed empty, so the reports must have been isolated. But we will continue to search news and info on this situation. I know since most of the power's out, you guys can't see, but you can still hear us hopefully.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the Tulsa County Emergency Management. The animatronics are exploding and taking over sanitary systems and causing sewer backups and contaminated water to go to homes. They have also been dumping bodies in water, causing the water to get contaminated by blood and certain body parts. At this time, stop water usage immediately. Please stop flushing toilets, washing clothes, and using showers. Do not use water for any purposes. Do not attempt to boil the water. Only drink from bottled water. It has also been noted that the animatronics have been seen hijacking police helicopters and crashing them into buildings. It has been discovered that they cannot be killed by gunfire. The only known way that may kill them is burning or explosion. These animatronics seem to be attacking other cities in Tulsa County using the helicopters. The military's estimated time of arrival is 1 hour. The United States government has considered nuclear bombing of the city of Tulsa if they cannot be defeated by the military. At this time, await the military's arrival as you will be evacuated to a safe place away from fallout exposure zones of a potential nuclear strike. If the nuclear bomb option is chosen, a small nuclear bomb will be used to minimize the damage and casualties. Please await further instructions on this catastrophic situation. This message was transmitted at the request of local authorities in your area. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the United States government. The military has arrived in Tulsa and massive evacuations are taking place. The animatronics have not been destroyed yet, but they are expected to be destroyed by 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. To be evacuated, tie a colored towel to your door or mail post to show authorities to need evacuation. Before evacuation, grab the following: food, water, clothing, medical supplies, pillows and blankets, toiletries, and a battery-powered radio with extra batteries for your stay in the shelter or for evacuation. Make sure to get 14 days worth of supplies to last you and your family. Do not return home after evacuation until authorities declare it safe to do so. This message was transmitted at the request of federal and military authorities in your area.
We're really quite surprised to get to see you another night.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the United States government. 5 of the animatronics have been successfully exterminated and contained. These animatronics include Toy Freddy, Foxy, Freddy, Toy Chica, and the Marionette. These animatronics can no longer cause harm to you. Please do not leave your shelters until declared safe by the proper authorities, even if the situation has improved. This message was transmitted at the request of federal and military authorities in your area.
We got all of them. But what the hell is up with this golden one? Our bullets just go through it or deflect off it. Alright, fall back.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the United States government. 9 animatronics have been eliminated, and the only animatronic left is the animatronic that has been sending subliminal messages and teleporting in homes. This one cannot be killed by conventional gunfire and explosions. The Army is currently retreating to ask the United States government if they should consider the nuclear option. Due to this, a mandatory evacuation is taking place of the cities of Tulsa and surrounding areas. Many have already been evacuated by Army when they first arrived. To be evacuated, grab the following: food, water, clothing, medical supplies, blankets and pillows, toiletries, and battery-powered hand crank or weather radio with extra batteries. To be evacuated, tie a colored towel to your door or mail post to show authorities you need evacuation. After evacuating, the Army will place a blue wooden board in front of your door to show you have evacuated. If you are evacuating on your own terms, attempt to board up your door to show authorities you have obeyed the evacuation order. Try to only take one car a family if you can. Do not return home until the authorities have given the all-clear. This message was transmitted at the request of federal and military authorities in your area. We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. A nuclear W-54 missile is inbound to Tulsa and will arrive in 30 minutes. The United States military is evacuating residents away from the area. Fallout is a radiological material found in most nuclear or radiological materials. Prolonged exposure to fallout will result in certain death. Fallout can spread miles up to a minute after detonation. When evacuating, grab the following: food, water, clothing, medical supplies, toiletries, pillows and blankets, important documents, and a battery-powered hand crank or weather radio with extra batteries with you for your stay in the fallout shelter. Make sure your rations can last you 14 days. When evacuating, tie a colored towel to your door or mail post to show authorities you need evacuation. If you are evacuating on your own terms, try to only take one car a family. Try to board your door up with something to show authorities you have obeyed the evacuation order. Do not return home until the authorities declare it safe. This is expected to kill the final animatronic and end the attacks. Please stay away from the area until the area is declared safe. This message was transmitted at the request of federal and military authorities in your area.
We interrupt your programming. This is not a test. Local authorities have activated the emergency broadcast system to transmit this message. The following message is authorized to be transmitted at the request of the United States government. After the mushroom cloud cleared out and the radiation got less toxic to the point where cameras can be set up, it has been confirmed that the final animatronic has been compromised. Tulsa is now safe from the animatronics, but radiation is still very present. The threat to civilians is over. Once the radiation clears, you may go back home. This message was transmitted at the request of federal and military authorities in your area.